This question was brought to my attention. I thought maybe I'd go through it with you. Um, Really, the only issue here I think people are overlooking is the constant term that doesn't exist here. If I've got doing synthetic division, so I want to write this as x minus 3. So my term that goes in my box here is 3. I'm going to put my coefficients of 1, 2. Now I need my 0 for the x squared term. I got my negative 10. But now I need my constant term. I need a placeholder here for this 0. If I don't do that, I'm going to have a misrepresentation of my remainder. So I'll bring my 1 down, multiply. I think you guys understand how to do this stuff, so I'll do this quick. Okay, if I didn't put that 0 there, I would think my remainder is 35. Okay, where that's not my remainder. My remainder is actually this 105. So what we need to do then is rewrite this as, this was x to the 4th here, so it's going to be x cubed plus 5x squared plus 15x plus 35. Okay, that's what that there provides me. Okay, then I've got my, so that's my, and we think about this, that's my quotient. Okay, my remainder, which we'll call r of x, is that. This is my divisor. Okay, so it was x minus 3. That's my d of x is my divisor. So paying attention to kind of what they're asking for here with the way we write this, because we talked about in class how there's two ways. The two ways are p of x divided by d of x is equal to your quotient plus your remainder. Okay, divided by d of x. So if I want to use that format, you can go ahead and write your quotient, which was that blue stuff, so x cubed plus 5x squared plus 15x plus 35. There's my quotient, plus then my remainder of 105 over x minus 3, which was my divisor. That is one way of doing it. Okay, now how does that relate to the other option? The other option is to say, okay, I want to write it as p of x is equal to, now if I'm going to take this equation here and solve for p of x, I'm going to multiply everything by d of x. So I get q of x times d of x is equal, or sorry, plus then r of x. So what that means is take your quotient, which was x cubed plus 5x squared plus 15x plus 35, multiply that by your d of x. D of x was x minus 3. And then add to that your remainder. Your remainder was 105. Okay? How do these two things relate? One, they are the same. But how do we recognize that they're the same? If I were to multiply this thing here by x minus 3, okay, I'd be able to add the coefficient or add the numerators together, and I end up with essentially that right there when I add the numerators together. Okay, but then I need that x minus 3 as my factor over here to eventually get back to my original polynomial. Okay, so these two things are strongly linked together. They're ultimately the same. If we think about understanding that we can take this p of x here over d of x, in which our case maybe our x minus 3 is our d of x. Like I said, if I multiply everything here by x minus 3, I will get down to my p of x here equaling x minus 3 times this information. Okay, so that's kind of the way you want to view that homework question. Also remember that if you want to check to make sure this is correct before you type things in, you can go through your algebra. Okay, you can FOIL this out, add 105, and you should end up getting back to this here, x to the 4th plus 2x cubed minus 10x. Same thing here. Now you got to do a little bit more work because of that adding of with the common denominators, that kind of stuff. But you should be able to eventually get back. 2 x to the fourth plus 2x cubed minus 10x to verify that you have divided this correctly. Hope that helps. If you need more help with any of these, just let me know.